In about 3 or 4 hours, it's gonna be absolute chaos in here. We're gonna get our lunch rush.
If you follow the aroma of wood smoke in West Texas, chances are you'll find Sam's Barbecue in Odessa. These old photos tell the story of a long tradition of brisket, ribs, sausage, and soul food through so many years. Owner Tiki Davis is proud of that heritage.
That's good mesquite wood right there, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's all we use here is mesquite.
Mesquite smoked barbecue, collard greens, cornbread, and cobbler. It's all part of what Tiki calls the perfect combination of soul food and sports.
On this wall is all the greats that played at Odessa High, Odessa Permian. Right here we have Roy Williams, Jaquay Wilburn.
You got Larry Johnson.
We all love LJ.
Now I see Tiki Davis right there.
Tiki, in all honesty, I kind of expected that I would have seen you in a professional uniform up there on that wall.
That was one of my dreams, but the day before my 18th birthday, my life changed forever. A day before my 18th birthday, I was accused of a crime that would shape my life. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it made me stronger in a sense because I wanted to prove the world wrong. So in the middle of my senior year, I spent 6 months in the county jail. My whole dream was to become a football player, and it was taken away. I spent my year reading the sports section, reading the stats of the guy that took my spot.
What did that do to you?
It hurt me. I wanted to do better. I wanted to prove anybody that said anything negative that was against me, I wanted to show them you're wrong about me. And I would tell the guards, I would tell the other inmates, when I get out here, I would go to college. I'm gonna play football. And then after I play college, I'm going to the pro, they would laugh at me.
What else was going on in your life at that point?
Well, it was a lot of things going on in my life. My mother was in prison. My brother was in prison. I didn't have any skills, I didn't have any education, and I was street smart, but educating or book smart, illiterate.
Finally released from jail, Tiki was still held hostage by a criminal record and an accusation that would tarnish his entire existence. The best job he could get was at a local dealership washing cars.
In that moment, I made a total commitment to my life. That next semester, I signed up for Odessa College. Even though I was in remedial everything. But I didn't want anybody to ask what Tiki Davis was doing with his life. I want to say I was a college student, and I was.
Tiki excelled in junior college, then landed a spot on the football team at Sul Ross State University in Alpine. As the semesters rolled by and football ended, Tiki finished his education, then followed up with his master's degree.
Whenever I was 25, I came back to Odessa, but I still had this blemish on my record from my past when I was 17. So I was having trouble finding employment. Eventually, this company gave me an opportunity in the oil and gas business. And they says, Tiki, we're gonna train you to be an engineer. We're gonna send you to engineering school. We're gonna give you the knowledge to learn how to be a petroleum engineer. But they didn't know who they were dealing with. I said, just give me an opportunity and I'm gonna show you.
And he did show them. Tiki, it seems, had a mind for business, and his hard work in the oil field launched a hugely successful resume in the oil and gas industry.
My entrepreneurial spirit started kicking in. Mr. Leroy, the previous owner, was getting old and sick, and some of his family members didn't want to carry on the tradition. And I told him I wanted to buy it. But he laughed at me because many young men went to him and never showed up with the money. I said, man, I'm different. He says, okay, well, keep on talking. And we came up with an agreement. I wrote him a check, and the rest is history. Come on in, Steve. This is Steve Lane. You know, he was one of my professors at Sul Ross.
You're one of his professors.
Professor, I kind of a mentor, and we developed a relationship for over 20 years.
You know this guy well.
I met him in 1999, my freshman year at Sul Ross, and he just been there for me. When I met Steve Lang that day and I attended So Raw, something in me that made me want to be better than I am. And here I am today.
That story's still going on.
Oh, yes,
You don't
sir.
have an ending yet.
After I had financial success and entrepreneurial awards, it was still something missing in my life. So I'm sitting in my office one day and I received the phone call I've been waiting 23 years for. And the other line, it was the person that accused me. And she said, "I'm sorry." She says, "I've been wanting to do this for 15 years. She says, "I know you're a good man. I see you at movie theaters and different things with your daughter, and I turn and walk away because I'm ashamed." And then I just said, "Well, you just tell the lawyers what you told me and we should be good, and I forgive you." As soon as I hung up the phone with her, I called my attorney. He said, "Yeah, she's already called."
What did that do to you?
Honestly, I broke down and I cried like a baby. We go into the courtroom and the judge hears the evidence and the testimony. And he says, "Tiki, I can't do anything about the state of Texas or what happened in this courtroom previously, but I can do something what happens today." He says, "You get your name back. You're a free man. You don't have to live with this anymore."
Finally, after 20 years, Tiki got his life back.
I don't have any ill will in my heart. I'm just glad to have it resolved and move on.
And move on he has. Tiki's story has launched speaking engagements across the country,
I teach people to never give up.
not to mention his mentoring programs for troubled teens, a book, and a screenplay in the works.
When I speak to young boys now, I want to show them a glimpse it's possible if you continue to work hard and not give up. We cater too. We go to overfill locations, so if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call. We can feed 50, 100, whatever you want.
I met you.
On Clayton Williams, on a frac job, you were catering.
That's right. That's right.
I remember exactly where I met you. Now I can finally breathe and enjoy life like normal people.
From now on, down on East 7th Street in Odessa, we'll always look for the mesquite smoke, and we'll know that Sam's is the home for barbecue and soul food, plus something that's not on the menu: second chances. For Tiki Davis, his second chance was a gift long overdue. Something tells us it's a gift he'll share with others for the next 20 years and beyond.
Something in him kept pushing him forward. So I see it as an amazing story of unbelievable determination and triumph.
And y'all asked me, why did I never give up? That was the reason, to get my name back.
I love that story.
Me too, and we've got plenty more where that came from.
Just click on the subscribe button and keep traveling with us.